So years ago, you'll remember that when we were out camping, I don't know if you remember or not, years ago. I mean, this was probably our first year still while we're out as nomads. I backed into a pole. I've never fixed it. I've kind of thought about just pulling it back out. And I still may do that. And it's never been a real problem. But today, you can see the damage I did today. I mean, look at this. Oh my goodness. I really destroyed the bumper today. Got a little scuff mark there. Oh man. I know it's my fault. I'm not, well, you know, I say that. I don't know for a fact it's my fault. I assume, let's put it this way. I assume the insurance company is going to say it's my fault. So I was in a parking spot at the gas station and I put it in reverse. Of course, you know, I look and I didn't see anything. And I bet I didn't back up a foot, 2 at the most. And I feel the truck hit something. And I look in the mirror and there was a car right here. And I don't even think I started to turn the wheels yet because I hadn't backed out that far. And so I took pictures just to prove my point that my vehicle tires are not outside the yellow lines of my parking spot. So although I was backing up, she was so close to me that quite honestly, she was in my space. So, you know, I get out of the truck and, you know, I try to make sure that she understands I'm not upset. I said, "You okay?" You know, and she's still sitting in the car. And then, I mean, she looked mad at first, and then she realized I wasn't mad. And so I went and got my insurance card, and I came back out. And the first thing she said was, "It's my fault. I don't have a horn." She said, "I tried to honk, and then she said, I saw you getting into your truck and backing out, but I was trying to get in there before you backed out." So it kind of told me she was rushing. So we exchanged the insurance card information, and her fender, just forward of her wheel, is smashed in. I mean, it just crinkled it. But like I said, I mean, I didn't even put my foot on the gas. I just was kind of rolling backwards. I don't even think my foot was off the brake quite yet, completely. So, but I'm sure the insurance company is going to say it's my fault. But I took all the pictures. She was busy calling her husband and the police. The police didn't come. They didn't want to come out. So I took pictures of everything. And that's how I know that my truck was still inside the lines. It had not moved that far. So anyway, I've called the insurance company. Her insurance company contacted me and wanted me to answer questions. I said, I'll let my insurance company deal with that. So I started driving when I was 16. I'm 54. I know, you look like you're 80. I get it. And that is the first time I've ever made contact with another vehicle. Now, like I said, I've hit that pole. I've hit some deer. I haven't hit anything that was driving. So I feel terrible. And not terrible like I did anything wrong. I mean, I guess everybody has little fender benders occasionally. And you figure 38 years of driving, and I haven't had an accident. I guess I was due for one. And that gas station is so bad. It's just always so packed. So, and maybe I'm getting older and lazier, because in the past I would have just parked over there in the gravel. Way over there, there's a gravel area that you can park. I should have just parked over there, but it was crowded too. There's a big event going on. They've sold out 10,000 tickets, and it's just crazy. Thing is, I was going to go pick up a mower, and it was like from 1970. So, you know, I couldn't even work on it. It was too old. So I would imagine my rates will go up a little bit. And the thing is, they really came down this year. I was paying $100 for the longest time. And then this year, they came down to 77 bucks. So I would imagine it'll go back up now. And Missouri's gonna, even if I'm not at complete fault, they're gonna assign some fault to me, so it'd be at least 50-50 that I'll have to pay from the insurance. Well, I mean, what do you do? And the thing is, you know, things happen. And I guess kids just don't get it. They don't get it, or I don't know. I can't imagine me saying anything to my parents while they're dealing with a traffic accident when I was a kid. But her kid was sitting in the front seat, passenger seat. Mom, I gotta go to baseball practice or whatever it was, basketball practice, whatever it was. And she was upset that she was gonna miss or be late for basketball practice. Well, the truck's not hurt, so that's a good thing. I guess everybody gets in accidents, but since I've never been in one, it's kind of like a new thing for me. So, what are you gonna do? My banners came in, but I really can't show them to you because you can kind of see through them, and I don't want you to see anything. So, but they did come in. Maybe I can sit over here to the side. Maybe that might work. So they're really big. I mean, you know, they're 4 foot by. So you might be able to get something out of that. Let's see. Where's it at? I can't see it in the. Oh yeah, right there. So. What else is going on? Like I said, I was gonna go pick up a. Well, it wasn't a mower. What it was is one of those things you pull behind your four-wheeler. It's got its own engine on it. It's just a mower deck with an engine. Anyway, she was a previous customer. So she calls and says, my neighbor has this pull behind and he wants to give it to me, to her. But it doesn't run, and she said, I'd like for you to go pick it up and get it fixed and fix it. And she gave me the address of the guy, and I said, okay, yeah, I can do that. She said, he's my neighbor. Okay. And so I send her my policy. And my policy says that anything older than the year 2000, I can't work on. So she says, okay. And then says, I don't know what age it is, but if it's too old, then yeah, you don't want to work on it. I understand. So I get over to the guy's house, and I just assumed that he was going to be helpful. I don't know. I mean, she gave me the impression that he was going to be helpful. So the dogs are barking, so they know, and it's out there in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like, you know, people are showing up every 10 seconds. So the dogs are barking, and you got to get through this gate on the front porch, because I guess the dogs walk out on the gate, or out on the front porch, and they don't want the dogs walking down the steps. So I got to manipulate the gate. I got to figure out how that works. And it's sticking, and I didn't realize it was sticking. I was lifting the little thing, and it wasn't coming loose, and finally I figured out, oh, it's sticking. So I finally get there. Now, by this time, you would have thought somebody would have been approaching the door, but they're not. I can hear them inside talking about somebody outside. So I ring the doorbell, and, oh, we'll be right there. And a lady comes to the door. Come in. And I'm like, I don't want to come in. I just want to get this thing. I just assumed they knew I was coming. And I said, hi, this lady sent me, and I gave her the name, and she said that I could pick up a mower or something. Yeah, come on in. I don't want to come in. I want to get the mower. So I come in, and the guy's sitting on the lounge chair. And he says, yeah, it's down there by the barn. I said, oh, okay. I guess I'll have to go down and show you where it's at. Okay. I mean, I don't know. You can tell me where it's at. I don't know. So we get outside, and he says, well, I don't know. What should we do? He says, well, let's get in the four-wheeler. So he's got this 4x4, or whatever you call those things, side-by-side. And it's probably a $10,000, $100,000 machine. I mean, it's really expensive and nice, and I've never been in one. You know, I don't need to go around acting like I'm so important. So I get in it, and he starts to drive down the hill. And he says, well, I passed it. Why didn't you tell me I was passing it? Well, okay. I didn't know where it was at. Yeah, I know. So he says, I have no idea how we're going to get this into your truck. And I said, well, and I didn't say anything right away. He says, well, my tractor's not running, so I don't know what we're going to do. I said, well, I've got a setup that I can get lawnmowers into the truck. Oh, okay. So he backs up. We get into the barn area. It's just a garage. He's calling it a barn, but it's just a garage just sitting out there in the middle of the woods with a garage door. So we go in there, and the only thing in there is this piece of equipment. It's got flat tires. And he says, I don't know how you're going to get out of the shed. And I'm thinking, I got it covered. So I walk in, and I look at it. And it's completely disassembled. I mean, all the wires are off. And, I mean, this thing's going to be a real project. And I look at it, and it's like from the 70s. I mean, it's old. And I said, I'm sorry, sir, I can't work on this. It's too old. My insurance won't let me. Well, what do you mean? I said, well, my insurance don't like me working on things this old because you can't find OEM parts, manufacturing parts. They're obsolete, so you have to go with aftermarket. And, aftermarket's pretty dangerous. And, it's not that I can't use, and I'm telling you this, I didn't tell him this. I can use aftermarket parts, but OEM has to be available in order for me to work on it. And what I've noticed is anything past the year 2000, I can't work on. I mean, there's just too many obsolete parts, and it gets riskier the older it gets. Well, he says, well, that just doesn't make any sense to me. Are you buying it or something? I said, no, Linda asked me to come get it to work on it. Well, that's what I thought. Well, I don't even understand what you're saying. I said, well, yeah, I understand that. It's just too old for me to mess with. Well, whatever. And, I mean, the whole situation, see, and this is, I don't know. I had to go talk to someone yesterday. And I didn't get the sense that I was going to be manipulated or anything. I mean, the whole conversation, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't like being around people. So I was uncomfortable yesterday, but I didn't get the sense that where I needed to wait for him to make some sort of rude comment. I just, or in this case, it was a lady yesterday. I didn't feel that sense, but the moment I walked up to that house, I knew something wasn't going to go right. Just the arrogance and the fancy machine. I didn't know how to open the doors. Well, all you got to do is push that thing forward. Okay, well, I've never been in one. You want to yell at it. I've never been in one. How would I know what that thing is? It doesn't look like a car handle. How do you open the door? So, anyway, when I got out of the shed, I just walked back up the hill. I mean, it was going to take him an hour to get back in there and figure out which way he had to go because he was going to get lost, I'm sure. Where's my house? I don't know where my house is. So I just walked up to the house, or backed up to the house where my truck was, got in and left, and he still hadn't come up. So, of course, then we come home, and then I bumped in that lady who was at the gas station. Just, I don't know. I hate that I hit someone. Man, I mean, I absolutely hate it. It's not... I had a perfect driving record. It's like Steinfeld. Is that the name of the show, Seinfeld? It's Seinfeld. And, he ate that cookie, and he got sick. And he says, I've been so many years without getting sick, and now I got sick. And it was like he was really upset about being sick. I remember that episode. That's how I feel. All these years, perfect record, and now I don't have one. That's just disappointing. Of course, I'm getting older. I don't know, somebody's going to blame my eye. I don't think it was my eye. I'm pretty cautious in that parking lot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I didn't see her. That is absolutely true. But I'm not entirely sure she was there when I started backing up. I think she was in a hurry. She even said, yeah, I was trying to get around you before you backed out. So, I mean, she certainly didn't know how to handle an accident. I just kept my mouth shut. The only thing I said was, I'm sorry, you okay? And that was it. So, I'm glad the police didn't come. I was just sitting there waiting for the police would have been miserable. Well, I think I'm going to jump off of here. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over to my other channel, really appreciate it. Go check it out. So if I can inspire you, stay out of accidents so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.